Timutimu is the chief executive and founder of Arataki Systems, a whānau tech company run by Maori tech entrepreneurs. And he's also the founder and CEO of Te Mātarau, the Maori Tech Association, which provides a safe environment for Maori tech entrepreneurs to share mātauranga, information, expertise and learnings. Next week, he travels to Copenhagen, Denmark for the Design Matters conference, where he's been invited to be a keynote speaker alongside other keynote speakers from organisations including Twitter, Shopify and Grammarly. Timutimu of Ngai Te Rangi, Ngāti Awa, Tūhoe, Ngāti Porou is with us now. Tēnā koe, Lee. Thank you for joining us.
Tēnā koe, Neil. It's good to be back again. Kia ora.
Now, we caught up with you last year about Arataki Systems. Now you've helped to set up Te Mātarau. Why did you feel the need for a Maori Tech Association?
Yeah, I guess I've been working in IT now for the last 22 years. And within the last 5 years, definitely as I've been moving around the motu, working in the Māori tech ecosystem, I just thought there was a need for a rōpū or an association or a body that represented our community. There's been a couple of attempts in the past few years to sort of coordinate and rally us. The last effort would have been the Digital Māori Forum that was founded by a bunch of amazing Māori tech leaders, but that's been shelved for a little bit. So yeah, I just really wanted to bring us together in a more coordinated and sort of collaborated way, I guess.
And I love the fact that you're looking at it as a good safe space and a place to share knowledge and so forth. What's the response been like from Māori in the tech sector?
Yeah, it's been very positive, as you can imagine, Neil. I founded the association a year ago to the month. We started off with about 100 members. Today we've got 272 members, so it's not a huge amount of people, but I think when you consider that the lack of Māori representation in tech is 4%, that's about 3,000 Māori working in IT. You know, it's not too bad. In hindsight, in reflection, we could do more to increase the membership, but I think where we're at the moment is a good start, and it's been very positive from the community itself. And I roam in this Māori tech ecosystem quite a bit just through a lot of the mahi that I do.
Yeah, wonderful initiative. Congratulations on that. Now, talk to us about this conference in Copenhagen. How big is it, and what are you expecting the conference to cover?
Yeah, it's a pretty big one, actually, and I'm not even sure how they got wind of me, to be honest, but we received a DM through our Instagram, and I obviously thought it was not as suspect as it was legit. So here we are a few months later, and I'm preparing to head off to Copenhagen next Monday. So there's a bunch of big companies, big brand companies that you've already mentioned, and within that some pretty big tech companies. So Twitter is one of them, Grammarly is another, Miro is another. So these are all products and all services or social media platforms that we use on a daily. So it's quite, for me personally, it's quite daunting because yes, I am the only New Zealander and definitely the only Māori that will be presenting at this conference. But I think I'm fairly confident that I can go over there and represent our people as, to the best of my abilities. But it's really just about preparation, planning, getting the presentation sorted, and I'll be speaking to them from the perspective of digital storytelling, particularly our Indigenous mode of storytelling.
Lee, how do you feel Māori will benefit from a conference like this?
For me, and a big part of the leadership role that I play within the Māori tech community at the moment is it's really important to me for there to be visibility and representation for our people. If you can't see someone that's speaking at a conference like this or working in a big role for a big tech company, if you can't see yourself in those roles, in those jobs, and you can't see people just like you, then it's very difficult for you to make a connection into jobs and pathways in tech. That's a big conversation that we're having at the minute within our community, and it's certainly a big part of my motivation for doing the work I do, is to just show our rangatahi and also our people that they can do it too. One of the things that I've committed to in terms of this conference is I get a speaker fee, but I'm going to put that speaker fee into a a kete or putia, if you would like, within under the Te Mataro banner to support the next generation. So support rangatahi that might be wanting to attend a conference of this type, or just to go towards travel costs, because that's probably the biggest cost for anyone that's wanting to do this thing. So it's about supporting the next generation as well within this mahi.
Oh, you're amazing, brother. Really appreciate what you're doing here. Just before you go, what kōrero will you be looking at sharing at the conference?
I'll be speaking to Indigenous storytelling. It's a big part of the past 20 years of my life, and as you'll see with the vision on screen now, we partnered with Meta last year to create an augmented reality experience around ngā atua Māori. So again, Indigenous storytelling, how that can inform design, how that can inform communicating in a visual sense, because that's what design is, a big part of design is all about. So disclaimer, I'm not a design expert, but I am a storyteller, and that's the strength that I'm going to take to the global stage, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I still think you're amazing. Lee Timutimu, CEO and founder of Arataki Systems, and Te Mataro, the Māori Tech Association. Thank you so much for joining us today, and safe travels to Denmark. Ngā mihi.
Kia ora.